Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Bull Metal Nerd coming at you with a video where I have some personal news to share and just kind of a talk about a topic in general. Um, I got lucky. Last Friday, I got a job offer for a job that I actually want. It is a position with a local government agency, being system administrator in the IT department. So thumbs up, right? So that means pretty decent pay, as well as benefits that no company can, frankly, can even compete with as far as benefits go. So it's a pretty big win for me personally. I'm very happy to be starting this position. It's a much better job than my current job. Now, will it be perfect? No, I don't think so. I think there will be some things that probably bug me about it, but compared to my current job, uh, yeah, it's definitely a huge step up over what I'm currently doing. So, obviously, after I got my job offer last Friday, this Monday ultimately rolled around, right? So I knew at that point I had to give my 2 week notice to my current employer, right? And I I feel no ill will at all towards any of the individuals in my current company, despite how much I dislike my job. I don't harbor any negative feelings really towards my boss, or any of the management there. I don't have that at all. So even though I'm happy to be moving on to another position, I wasn't particularly looking forward to giving my notice, but it was something I knew I had to do. What was funny is I walked in Monday morning. I tried to do it right when I walked in. I asked my boss if he had some time. He said, no, no. And I didn't actually get to talk to him until like 3 something in the afternoon. And that's when I gave my notice, and that was kind of it, right? Obviously they're a bit disappointed that I'm leaving because despite as much as I dislike my job, I am good at it. And somebody actually just quit just before I did, so they're already short on people, and now, of course, it's just going to exacerbate the problem of me leaving. So, yeah, sucks for them a bit, I guess. So, um, that leads me to kind of my current point and the main thrust of this video. Um, it's amazing. Um, yeah, I mean, you kind of always know this, but when you put in your notice at a job, it really brings this to the forefront. I'm going to say something, and you may or may not agree with me. Maybe, maybe not. But I think it's fair to say of almost anybody. You really don't give much of a shit about your job. Let me explain what I mean by that. Um, you care if you have a job, right? You care if your job, what it pays. There's a lot of aspects about your job you care about, but the actual job itself, you don't really care. And that's really driven home by the fact after you give your notice at a job, you pretty much you very quickly don't care about that job at all. Let me explain what I mean by that. Monday I just worked through the whole day pretty normally, right? And I made it through okay, and I didn't, I had pretty normal emotions about my work Monday. And then Tuesday, after I'd given my notice and everything, um, senioritis, or not giving a shit, kind of slipped in a bit, right? And here we are on Thursday, and it's really fucking bad now. I don't give half a shit about anything regarding my current job anymore. Of course, I'm going to be a professional, and I'm going to work out my 2 weeks and put in effort while I'm still there. Because, well, as I've complained about in my video, in other videos about my job, I work for a managed service provider, and they live and die based on utilization, right? Which is basically you have your nose to the fucking grindstone all day long. Otherwise, you don't really get paid what you need to get paid. So, since my last day is, early next month, for the remainder of April, I'm certainly going to make sure that I meet my utilization. So I get paid the maximum amount that I can get paid. So, whatever. Even though, like, but, truthfully, will I miss some details? Yeah. Am I going to do reports and stuff? Probably not. Yes, I'll probably take up, make sure that I take enough time to do what I'm doing, but the quality of my work will probably slip a bit. It's still fairly good because in IT, you can't, I mean, you either fix something or you don't, right? So obviously, I'm still going to continue to fix issues, but as far as some of the details around it, are they going to be as good as before? No. And, it's because I just don't give a shit at all about this job anymore. And the same could be said about, think about it. When you look back at jobs that you're not working at anymore, let's think about any other job you've previously had. You could think back to the job and you could think about maybe some of the experiences you had, some of the things that taught you, but you give a shit about that job. Do you care about it in any way, shape, or form? Of course not, right? It's not like you're thinking, a good analogy to this, something you might care about that you like. Let's say you have you were friends with somebody, right? And let's say you lost touch with that friend for whatever reason. It happens a lot. Um, Now, let's say you get you're still going to care about that friend on some level, right? um as long as you didn't like stop talking, as long as it wasn't on bad terms, right? If things didn't end on bad terms with that friend, you're going to care about that person to a degree pretty much forever, right? It may not be real extreme, but it'll be there. Like you would probably be somewhat saddened by the news of their death, for example, right? Let's say company, X that you used to work for, right? You get a report that they've gone out of business. Your only reaction to that is going to be, I feel kind of bad for the people who lost their jobs because of that, but are you going to give a fuck? No, you're not. You're not going to give one lousy little bit of a shit about that because nobody really cares about their jobs. Not really. It's just not something you're wired to care about. Unless, I guess, if it's your company and you own it, yeah, maybe you care about it a bit more. But you care about what it can provide to you. You care about the money it can provide to you. You care about the benefits it can provide to you. You care about the experience and yada and how it built your career. You care honestly about what it can do for you, but you don't give one fuck about it, and you shouldn't, because the company, guess what? Whatever company you work for doesn't give a fuck about you either. So that's pretty much the way it should be, right? You shouldn't invest yourself emotionally in your job. It's total waste. And I think it's honestly the right way to go. So, I know this is kind of aimless and pointless, but, I'm kind of feeling that way since I'm in the last 2 weeks of my current job. And tonight I filled out, you know, maybe about this much paperwork for my new job. I mean, it's a government job, so of course there's going to be paperwork out the ass. I did as soon as I got the job offer, though, I filled out the background test and the drug screen consent, and I already, submitted my background test, and I took the drug screen. I did that on my lunch on Monday, so that's done. And then tonight I was like, oh fuck it, I'll tackle the rest. It was like fucking 20 pages of shit I had to fill out. It was mostly for benefits because they have that many. I know I'm like kind of rough, but that's how many benefits they have, and a lot of them are, yeah, they're great. So anyway, that's pretty much gonna wrap this up. Um, I'd really like to hear in the comments below what you guys think about jobs, if you actually truly care about them on any level, um, what you've gotten out of them, et cetera, et cetera. Really, the only thing that a job can really provide you that you might care about is a friend. Um, in all of my decades of working thus far, there are only two people that I previously worked with that I keep in contact with. I've made two really good friends due to jobs I've had, but other than that, all my other coworkers have faded into oblivion. Um, you know, well, they're still alive. I'm sure you know what I mean in my mind because I never speak to them. They're pretty much a non-entity to me personally. As far as what do I think the future is going to be, I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure in my current job, do I think am I walking out of this job, with some more additional really good friends? No, I don't think so. I mean, I had some good coworker friends there. I really liked some of the people, but do I think I'm walking away with, you know, lifelong friends? Probably not from this job. But anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap this up. I know it was kind of all over the place. So anyway, if you like this, thumbs up. If you hate it, thumbs down. Share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks a whole lot for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.